The FX6 has been an incredibly popular camera since its announcement last year, and those lucky enough to have picked one up for themselves have been asking us lots of questions. One of which is how to configure the FX6 for shoulder use. One part of this that is challenging is how to use the included LCD screen with a loupe. There are a few options on the market now, each with pros and cons. However, we thought we could fix some of the issues that other solutions have. This is how our mod for using the FX9 Loupe with the FX6 LCD was born. The key thing we wanted with this mod was for the mechanism to be adjustable and sturdy. The FX9 Loupe fits straight onto the FX6, but the FX6 LCD has a different hinge design than the FX9. And this means that when you use the loop on the original FX6 LCD, it falls and moves out of place, which is not only annoying when using it, but it could also result in damage to the LCD or camera. Our mod looks to solve this by allowing you to use the FX9 Loupe attachment without any worries of it moving, as well as providing more flexible positioning. Our modification kit has been developed by our internal technicians and engineering department, with the goal to make it as affordable as possible while also making it as sturdy as we can for anyone wanting to shoulder mount their FX6. For this, we have used a mix of small rig and Sony parts, as well as some custom made parts. The mod requires the FX6 LCD assembly to be taken apart, so a new hinge can be fitted. This means really we recommend having one of our engineers carry this out, but you can attempt it yourself, which we'll talk about later. As we have a really good working relationship with Sony, this mod will not void your warranty if carried out by one of our engineers. If you do have an issue, please get in contact with our engineering department. However, if carried out by you and something goes wrong, this will not be the case. Even though this system is based off of round 15mm bars, it's incredibly sturdy, and with the loop fitted, it doesn't sag or move at all. But it's also very flexible when it comes to positioning. You can adjust several different axes, and once locked down, it's an incredibly sturdy system. The FX9 Loupe and FX6 LCD is a solid affordable option as a viewfinder. Depending on your needs, being able to use the FX6 LCD as an EVF or a touchscreen monitor makes it an incredibly versatile option without needing power or taking up an SDI or HDMI output. For this shoulder rig here, we wanted to keep the rig pretty stripped down. We have used the Vocas USB P15 Mark II baseplate along with the Vocas adjustable hand grip extender kit for the FX6, which we then mounted onto the rosette on the baseplate to get some extra length on the arm. We then had Sigma's new 28-70 f2.8 on the front of the camera and the Hawkwood's VLM-FX6 at the back with a VLM-M98 powering the rig. We then had our mod installed with the FX6 LCD using the FX9 Loupe. Now this rig was quite nice to operate, but if you want some more tailored advice on how to rig up your camera, give us a call or email via the links in the description below. We will be offering this mod in a few different ways. You can buy the full FX9 Loupe mod kit, which includes the FX9 Loupe and the improved hinge and rail system. If you don't own an FX9 or FS7 Loupe and already own an FX6, this is the solution to go for. You can order the mod without the FX9 Loupe, which would be good if you already have a Loupe you want to use. You can either do the mod yourself or have one of our Sony certified engineers carry this out free of charge for you, which is what we recommend if you are based within the UK. Lastly, if you're looking to pick up an FX6 and want this mod carried out, we have created a bundle on our website where we will carry the mod out on your new camera before delivering it to you. If you're wanting to carry the mod out yourself, we have made a little how-to video which we will get into right now. Welcome to our installation guide for our FX9 Loupe modification kit for the FX6. Before getting into it, you will need a few tools and things to make your life easier. First, you will need a 00 Phillips head screwdriver and a 3mm Allen key. You will also need a guitar pick or other plastic pry tool. A loyalty card you no longer use could work, but affordable kits can be found on Amazon. You will also need something soft for putting the monitor on. We've used a CVP lens cloth, but any kind of soft towel, mouse mat or microfiber will work fine. We've also used a lens back cap to store screws in, which is a good way to make sure no screws go walkabouts and to separate the regular screws apart from the self-tapping ones. We've put links to everything you may need below. Once you've got everything you need, set aside some time and make sure you're in a well-lit room so you can see what you're doing. Now let's go through the modification process step by step. First off, remove the FX6 LCD from the camera and lay it down onto the soft surface you are using. Next, using the Phillips head screwdriver, remove the single screw from the cable cover, here. You can then gently wiggle the cover, lifting up at an angle. You may need to slide your prying tool to release the small clips. Again, using the Phillips head screwdriver, remove the two self-tapping screws here from the metal cable clamp. Put these aside from the other screws. rotate the current FX6 hinge so that it points at 90 degrees to the screen. You will find these two screws which we need to remove. You may need to place a fingernail under the screw while turning the screwdriver for the screw to come out completely. Next, remove the remaining 4 screws from the edge of the LCD display here. Using your prying tool or guitar pick, slowly and carefully run this along the edge here. We are trying to release the plastic clips that hold the case together without snapping them. Please be careful and take your time, as snapping the clips will void the warranty on the LCD, so take your time and be patient. Once you have loosened the 2 halves of the case, carefully feed the cable through the hole and separate the halves from each other. With the LCD hinge still at 90 degrees, remove the last 2 Phillips head screws here. The hinge will now wiggle and slide upwards from you. Remember how this came out and in which direction. Keep this to one side, as you will need this for any possible warranty cases against the LCD. Now time to fit the new hinge. Using a 3mm Allen key, loosen the bracket here. Remove one of the end caps on the bar here and slide off the bracket. Remembering how the old hinge slid out, face these holes up and slide and wiggle the new bracket onto the LCD. Now attach the 2 hidden screws here to fix the bracket into place. Next, feed the cable through the other half of the LCD case, making sure none of these cables are trapped here. And gently clip the 2 halves back together. Screw the 4 screws here back in around the edge of the LCD. Push the cable into the key, flat facing down, and then reattach the cable clamp using the same 2 self-tapping screws. Next, push the cable cover back on and add another screw here on the end. For the final 2 screws, rotate the clamp until you can see one of the end screw holes here. Carefully fasten the screw at a slight angle, allowing it to naturally screw into position. Rotate a further 180 degrees and fit the final screw here. Fingers crossed you haven't got any screws left. Slide the clamp back onto the arm, tighten the 3mm Allen bolt, and replace the rod end cover, and you're done. Let us know what you think of our new mod down in the comments below, and if you have any questions about it, let us know there as well. Links to everything are in the description below, and to stay up to date with our upcoming content, make sure you hit the subscribe button and notification bell. And thanks so much for watching.